Yeah, okay, the stream is up and running, Mike, and yeah, okay, there I see the signal coming in now. Aaron must have been getting in there trying to do something, and he knows more about how all that works. But I still don't understand why you can't hear anything. But just keep me posted what direction you're pointing and where you're calling, and I'll keep listening for you as best I can. I'm not going to hear everything you do, but I'll do what I can for you. Over.
Here, I hear the preamp when I turned it on at the shack. The only thing I can think of, Frank, is that the jumper that you mentioned, that was on 222. I don't know. The only thing I can think of is that when I switch to the preamp, I hear the output of the preamp, but I don't hear the input. It must not be hooked to the antenna, except by capacitive coupling, which means I'm hearing louder stations like you. Over.
Yeah, okay, roger that. Well, just so you know, when I did that testing the other day, I was on the input of the box coming from the shack and manually flipping the switch, and it was good either way at that time. That doesn't mean it's any good now. But wait a minute, that was 220 I was messing with. I didn't mess with 432.
I know. You did not mess with 432, so I agree with you. Nothing should have changed. It just sounds to me, the only thing that makes sense here is that the preamp is still in the system, but it's just not getting switched to the relay. In other words, a relay that's a transmit relay that it picks up the antenna, the main antenna relay at the antenna end of things is going into transmit fine, but must not be going back to receive.
Okay, I can understand that, but what I don't understand is some of these stations like AA6S is so loud, and you just didn't hear nothing. I mean, that's incredible.
Well, I could hear him. I just couldn't read him.
Okay, well, yeah, and especially me with only 75 watts getting in there, but anyways, okay. Yeah, I'm pointing around. It's the same direction you are now.
Okay, well, let me see. Let me go and see if there's anybody else in the Bay Area. Now, gentlemen, don't get frustrated. I may not be able to hear you. I'm not hearing at all tonight for some reason. It's like my receiver's not working, but it is. The preamp's on. I can hear the preamp come on and off, but I'm not hearing the signals very strong. The only station I can copy is Frank, W6BBS. And he's going to listen. He's running 70 watts, and he's up in Coarse Gold with a pretty decent antenna beamed toward the Bay Area, but he may not hear you. But try to check in anyway. We did hear Brett in Newman, so we are hearing some signals out that way, but I'm not sure we can hear on the other side of the hill. So let me do it again. Bozo Net 432, Bozo Net 432. K6MYC listening toward the Bay Area, over. Nothing.
I hear nothing.
Well, we could try to go N6RO because he's got the best antenna right now. He's running 800 watts into an 18 element Yagi, and he's up 40 feet, and he's fixed the feed line. The feed line was the issue there for many months, but he's got that all fixed, and he was booming on the first night that we tested it, so he should be in there. So let's go up and see if we can hear it, because I should be able to hear N6RO, and you can hear him also. You're not blocked toward him.
Yeah, roger that, Mike. I'm already more or less in his direction. N6RO, are you on tonight, Ken? W6BBS with K6MYC in the Bozo Net calling over. N6RO, W6BBS calling over. You give him a call, Mike. You got more power.
N6 Radio Oscar, N6RO, N6 Radio Oscar, K6MYC, Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie. We need your mighty signal, Ken, so if you can get a moment in the shack, please go in the shack and give us a signal. I've got serious receive problems tonight. I may not hear you, but Frank can hear you. We're trying to sort out why I can't hear anybody. Everything seems to work, but we aren't hearing anybody on my end. Frank's hearing stations that I can't even detect. So I don't know what's going on here. N6 Radio Oscar, N6RO Oakley, K6MYC. Go ahead, Ken. Nothing.
Anybody else that can hear us and wants to check in, don't be shy. Jump in there. We're having trouble, so if you're hearing either Mike or myself, give a call out and let's get you checked in. Over.
N6SRR.
I hear you, Rob.
Yeah, Mike, I'm hearing you fine, and hearing Frank too there. Over.
Okay.
Hang on, Mike. Was that N6RO? Over?
No, that was Rob, KM6SRR.
Okay, I just heard N6 Radio Oscar, and I was like, what was that? I knew it wasn't Ken, but somebody, okay, you guys carry on. I'm sorry.
That's okay, and you're not hearing Rob, which is interesting. I can hear Rob.
Well, I heard Rob at first, but he must have turned towards you, and I don't hear him when he turns towards you.
Turn up toward N6RO, Rob. I've got receive problems here. I'm not hearing anything. I can only hear you and Frank.
Roger, I'm going there now. Okay, that should be pretty close to Ken, N6RO, over.
Okay, N6RO, if he doesn't come back to me, you give him a call, Rob, and try it. We're trying to get him on here because he should have a good, strong signal with 800 watts and the 18XXX, 44018 at about 50 feet. I think he's up at 50 feet tonight. So it should be just roaring in here if we can get him on the air here. N6 Radio Oscar, K6MYC. We can try the Bay Area. We can try W6PQL. Everybody seems to be hearing me normally, Rob, so I can try for the Bay Area and see if you can hear somebody over there. Over.
Okay, Mike. Yeah, I don't hear very good for the Bay Area. That's my one problem. Over.
Well, you hear PQL from time to time, so let me go down and see if I can get him. There we are at W6 Papa Queen London, W6PQL. W6 Papa Queen London, W6PQL, W6PQL, K6MYC. Give us a long transmission, Jim. Over. It's funny, I'm hearing outside noise, I'm hearing pops and other noise. I'm not hearing Beale Air Force Base tonight, but I'm not really pointed at them yet.
Somebody just said PQL is in there.
Yeah, I was trying to peek on him. I thought I heard him. Over.
Jim, if you could do it, give us some CW so we know it's you. W6 Papa Queen London. Try CW, try CW, try CW. W6PQL, K6MYC with receive problems. Over.
I think he did, Mike. I heard some CW in there. Over.
Okay, well, I've got him logged in. I'm hesitant to go to the barn because it's going to take me so long to get it hooked up and not hooked up and running, but really running well from the barn here. We're not set up to live stream from the barn unless Aaron knows I'm going there. Over.
Yeah, the CW's in there now.
The stream is running, so Aaron's there because I didn't know you were there, and I was trying to go to the house to look at the rig. I don't know why.
Who was that comment for, Frank?
That was for you, Mike. I was talking about the wrong station the whole time. I thought you were in the house.
I am in the house. I am in the house. I said I can go to the barn, but it'd take me a long time. It'll take me 5 or 6 minutes to get everything hooked up. Not hooked up, but just turned on and working right in that room. Over.
Okay, now I understand.
I probably should go there because it's pretty hopeless the way it is, and I know I can hear Bill from in there, so maybe I should go in there and see if I can hear people in the barn.
All right, stand by. K6USY is here. Good evening, Aaron, and if I was stepping on your toes, I'm sorry. Mike hasn't been able to hear, and I was trying to go in and check the rig for him and whatnot. Go ahead, Aaron. Yeah, Mike, he said if you want to go to the barn, you can, and he'll switch it over. It's no problem.
Okay, well, let me go out there because this is not getting it done. I'll take the log sheet to the barn and keep going here. Thanks, guys. Be patient. You might announce that 3 or 4 times. Hold on. I'll be still looking for the Bay Area when I get to the barn, okay?
Yeah, roger that. Hey, KM6SRR, why don't you pick it up? You have more power, and you can announce that Mike's moving, and the net's going to pause for a minute. And in the meantime, Aaron, you can start working on it. Of course, you won't have power to the radio till Mike gets out there, but that looks like what we're doing, guys. Go ahead.
Okay, roger on that, Frank. Yeah, I've only got 75 watts on this band. Anyway, general announcement for the
think about the Bozo Net wasn't streaming. I just spaced that out. I went after rig control, but the main reason I went in was to fix his battery thing because he couldn't see the battery monitor anymore. And so Chrome had something weird going on. It didn't seem to want to work right. And then all of a sudden a little deal popped up about, restore your last pages because of a bad shutdown. And when I clicked on that one, then all of a sudden things started working, and I got his battery monitor back and all that. So I don't know why it was shut down, but I did have that error on the computer. Over.
Okay, yeah, well, it seems to be working now, and it sounds like Mikey can hear me, and he's got the rig in the barn back up and running. K6USY. Hi, Mike.
Yeah, hi there. Let me try this. 111. Why am I not keying here? I don't seem to be keying the 432 amp.
Did you push the right button on the little switch I installed?
Where is it?
Remember that little switch? I think it was sitting on top of the 220 amp or something, but over on the right-hand side. I'm not exactly sure where we left it. Little square gray box with 4 buttons on top that select which amp you're going to key.
You mean the sequencer? Sequencer's keying.
Remember a while back we put a switch in the barn for you to choose which amp because you were unplugging from one amp and into another amp. So instead of splitters, I put that little switch in there. There's a little box with 4 push buttons on top of it. And it's about the size of a pack of cigarettes.
Where did you put it, Frank? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, you were there, and you have used it in the past, Mike. So I don't know what to tell you. Last time I saw it, I thought it was sitting on the. It is the big 220 amp is sitting on the right-hand side up high, or is that the? What's the big amp on the right-hand side up top?
That's 2 meters. The 432 amp has been moved over. And maybe there's no key line on it. I don't know.
In that neighborhood, and all your key lines, there's a key line that comes out of the back of the radio into that, and then that goes to the various amps or sequencers it needs to. Over.
Well, I'm looking. Oh, that funny looking thing. Okay, I don't know where it is. Which one do I push?
I do not remember. I want to say number 3, but the first hit your key. If it doesn't, push the second button, and just try each button individually, and eventually you'll key the amp.
Okay, I got it keying the amp now.
Yeah, okay. I'm sorry you forgot about that. You and I did that a couple of months back.
Yeah, and right now, Mike, you're the rig's set at 20% power, so do you need more or less?
Well, I'm trying to make the amp work. Let's see here. Why isn't the amp keying? Oh, there it is. Okay. I got to bring the power up very slow here. Now the amp keeps. This amp is tricky. That's why I didn't want to come out here.
Oh, yeah, that's the one we got to warm it up and sneak up on it before we can get full power out.
Yeah, that's it. I'm making about 100. I'm making about 100 watts right now. Tripping.
K6MYC, KE6VON, 1040.
Okay, stand by, guys. Hang on a second.
All right, KE6VON 1040, we got it. We'll make a note of it. He's working on things, but apparently he didn't sign.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. I guess you guys can hear me okay, so let me pick up KE6VON. What's 1040?
Hey, firm, 1040, the old IRS number.
There's somebody else in the Bay Area, I believe, that's copying me. Who was the one in the Bay Area or whatever? Somebody else tried to check in, too. KE6VON and whoever. Who was the whoever? Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie QRZ.
K6MYC, K6MYC, KD6SOK. I hear you there, Mike. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm running in the barn tonight, Fred, and very marginal here. I don't have any receive in the home QTH, so I had to come to the barn. Running way much lower power than normal here, but it's coming up. I have to warm up this amplifier before it will make a full 500. Anyway, good to hear you, Fred. I got your 507. Thank you.
Okay, sounds good, Mike. I'll say sound 3 and let you go. You're making it here anyway. 86, that's okay. Sound 3, Mike.
Yeah, well, don't run away. I need you to help me with the other stations in the Bay Area that might have tried to check in earlier, but I couldn't hear them in the house. I couldn't hear anybody except 2 local stations here, Fred. So I may need you to help me with that. Let me just see if I can boost the power a little bit now. Let me just come up a notch here.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I'm getting a little more power now. I just have to come up slowly on this amp. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now it kicked again.
Hey, Mike, we got Jim PQL is here, and I could hear you that time pretty good.
Yeah, well, the power's coming up, but it keeps kicking on me. There you go. It's going to get there eventually. Tell Jim I've got him checked in. I couldn't hear him, but have him transmit now. I'm sure I can hear him now, Fred. KD6SOK with W6PQL to take it if you're copying Jim, K6MYC.
Oh, Jim, go ahead and try transmission. He's going to see if he can hear you.
He's doing what in transition?
I'll talk to you when you get your power up, Mike.
Fred, I have very, very poor rotor accuracy in this building, so I have to fish around for signals. If you could have Jim transmit for 30 seconds, I can probably find him. Over.
Okay, no worries. Jim tried to get hold of you, but you obviously couldn't hear him, so no worries. Jim, you checked him. So, all right, Mike, I'll let you go. 86, okay.
Well, who's transmitting now, Fred?
That was Jim, W6PQL.
Yeah, I can't hear Jim at all.
No worries. Well, we'll try another night.
Well, no, I want to find him. I know I can hear him. It's just I have to point for him. Over.
Okay, let me talk to Jim. Jim, he wants you to try again.
Roger. W6PQL, I'll copy. K6MYC, over. Is he hearing me, Fred?
Not hearing you at all, Mike. I'm only able to copy you on the live stream. So that's about it. I guess once you get your power up, I'll probably be able to hear you again. I heard you okay when you were in the house, so 7 trees for now, W6PQL.
Well, who else do you have in there? Who else do you have in there, Jim?
Number 775.
Okay, I'll take 775, and anybody else?
Not that I've heard so far.
Okay, well, you must be copying me a little bit, and I'm eking the power up. I'm probably up to about 100 watts now. I hear another voice, but I can't read it.
I hear you at all. I'm listening to you on the live stream, and there's a short, there's a couple of seconds delay.
I think I double with you a little bit, Jim. Go ahead for the live stream. Go ahead, Jim.
Okay, yeah, that's
better now. I keep peeking on you, but this should be better, Jim. Well, the amp keeps quitting. This should be better. I've got much more signal on you now, over.
Actually, even with the LNA in there.
Yeah, this should be better for you now. Is that better for you now?
No, I can't hear you directly, only through the live stream. I've even got the LNA on.
Quick comment, Mike, I hear you fine. WB6WNI, you're coming in through perfectly.
Yeah, okay, WB6WNI. Good evening, Gary, K6MYC. You're doing quite well, considering I'm in a makeshift setup here. This is 4 18-element Yagis, like I think you have one. This is 4 18s, but I'm only running about 70 watts or so because I can't get the amplifier to stay keyed. It keeps tripping. I've got a control circuit problem here in this amplifier, and it has to be warmed up. It has to be really, really warm inside the amplifier before it starts to play well. Anyway, I'm sneaking up on the power. It can make 500 watts, so you hardly know the difference if I can ever get the thing to take power. But good to hear you, Gary. What is it, 1090?
I'm from the other direction, so there's PQL here trying to get a hold of you, so I can stand by and thank you for demoing this antenna in the other direction.
Yeah, well, you were doubling with me, so I didn't get any of that. I was still transmitting, so you must not be hearing me that well, over. Are you copying me now? Gary, are you hearing me now? Gary, are you hearing me now? Hello, 1111. 1111. Now, come on, Gary. How about it now, Gary? WB6WNI, K6MYC. We doubled, over. Well, I guess he isn't hearing me anymore. Who's hearing me in the Bay Area? K6MYC.
KB6PA.
KB6PA. Good evening, Oliver. Thank you for the 900. I'm having all kinds of problems. I'm operating in the barn tonight. I've got an amplifier out here that has to be warmed up so I can sneak up. I must be making close to 100 watts now, but it may drop out at any time, over.
Yeah, Roger. I'm sure copy now with the amplifier running.
Yeah, Mike, N5MPD. You're coming in down S8, and it's getting louder, and then it drops off, and then it comes back in.
I can pick out a few words. K6MYC, KB6PA.
Yeah, okay, very good signal from you. I think I've got to look at this system. This system is hearing very well. I think it's actually hearing better than the system at the house, but I may have to bring the other amplifier out here and just use this system for a while. The problem is it's difficult to point it because I'm working off of a meter. It's a meter directional readout, and it's very difficult for me to see where I'm pointing, over.
Yeah, I understand the challenges. Okay, well.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah. You were sounding good earlier before you switched over into from the
weekend with a bunch
where the shack to the barn or barn to the house, but yeah, it's coming back in. You're starting to get a little bit louder. Sounds good.
6MYC, KB6BA.
Okay, Oliver, KB6BA, stand by, Brett. You're doubling. KB6BA, K6MYC, okay. For some reason, this amp is not staying keyed. It keeps tripping. I'm keying it, hard keying it. It's got a relay inside that's just clattering. I hope that's not causing any problem. But anyway, I don't know what that's all about. That's something new. I haven't used this system on 432 for quite a while out here in the barn because it is a flaky system, and we've really got to do some work on it and to get it cleaned up a little bit here. Okay, well, thanks. I think I got almost everybody in the Bay Area. The only one I'm missing is WB6JNN. How about it, Jim? Anybody? Anybody heard JNN tonight?
Nothing heard here, over.
You might give him a call, Oliver. I'm sure he would hear you. He's in the East Bay. I mean, in the eastern part of the San Jose area.
Anyone else want to check in for the Bozo Net up here? There's KB6PA Sunnyvale, listening for the Bozo Net, over.
Okay, and I guess we don't have anything from Ed either. Ed should be in here at WA6AXX. Nothing from Ed, correct?
Yeah, it seems to be about it, over.
Okay, very good. Well, thanks very much, Oliver. Appreciate it. Sorry we're a little bit jumbled up here. I started in the house and I couldn't hear anybody. Everybody's I'm transmitting okay in the house, and I have a preamp, but it's like the preamp is not getting the signal through the upper antenna relay to the preamp, because I can hear the preamp noise come on, but it doesn't, and it makes the signals better, but I don't know if it's the signals that are just being heard by capacitive coupling or what. Anyway, thanks, Oliver. Have a good weekend. We'll see you Sunday night. KB6BA, K6MYC.
Okay, 7-3, KB6BA.
7-3. Okay, anybody else in the Bay Area that copies me? K6MYC, Bozo Net. Okay, now, guys, KM6SRR and W6BBS. Let's go get N6RO now. Again, we'll try again with Ken, okay?
Find my foot switch. Okay, very good. I'll give him a shout first here. N6RO, Whiskey 6 Bravo Bravo Sierra with K6MYC, K6SRR, and the rest of the Bozo Net. Where you at, Ken?
N6RO, K6MYC.
More power than I do.
K6MYC, N6RO. You're loud now, but I could hear you when you were pointed south. Not much to report. Good, tolerable temperature today. I think it's 84. But it's not going to be that low for the next 2 weeks. I don't care. I got my little evap cooler going. We'll see you on Sunday, Mike and Judy, N6RO.
Yeah, okay. Well, Judy's in the house. We got late with dinner, so I think she stayed in the house and ate dinner, and I'm just taking numbers tonight, and then we'll fill this in later. All right, thanks, Ken. Good signal. Listen for Frank, and then Frank will have a transmission from Rob and see if you can give them a signal report. I'm running about 100 watts. Let me see. Yeah, somewhere around 100, 120 watts at the moment. So I'm in the barn with an amplifier that doesn't want to work at first. It has to be talked to, and worked real hard, and then it gets better and better and better, and finally up to 500 watts, and it doesn't kick out anymore. But if I stop talking and let it rest for a while, I have to start all over again. N6RO, and then take a standby for Frank and Rob, K6MYC.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I noticed your power increase there. I've got very loud pops going on, which I think are electric fence. I'm in horse country here, and they're 20 over 9. And the AGC is slow to decay, so I'm you're still Q5. Anyway, Frank, are you there?
Yeah, N6RO, W6BBS. You probably can't hear me through your noise, Ken, over.
I can't hear anything, Mike.
Yeah, you must have terrible noise. Rob, try it. Frank is copying you, but only has 70 watts. Go ahead, Rob.
All right, Mike, N6RO, this is Kilo Mike 6, Sierra Romeo. I have 75 watts, and you're coming in very loud over here, over.
Yeah, okay, Rob. You're about S2, just a couple S units down from Mike. And I could barely tell someone was there when Frank was transmitting, but I understand low power. I'm running at least a kilowatt here, so that explains it. I'm still looking forward to getting my antennas about 20 feet higher than they are now. Anyway, that's all I got until Sunday night, N6RO.
Okay, thanks, Ken. Did you copy any of that, Mike? Over.
Oh, no, copying fine on everybody in the barn. I'm hearing everybody just fine, so I've got some kind of a funny receive problem in the home station. I wish the home station heard as good as this. You're clearer and nice copy from no distortion on the audio or anything. And I'm not hearing that kind of clear signal from you, Ken, when I hear in the house. So it's got to be a bandwidth and a function in my radio in the house. Identical 9700s, but this one's set up and you sound beautiful. Thanks, Ken. Thanks for the tests and have a good weekend. N6 Radio Oscar booming, K6MYC.
Roger. Have a good weekend yourself. N6RO. Are you going to do field day?
Well, I'm going to get in there a little bit. I'll probably do 6 meters a little bit, 2 meters a little bit, and if somebody wants me up on 432, I'll go there, but I'm not going to spend a lot of time on 432. Over.
Yeah, I'll probably listen on those bands during the day once in a while. I typically get on late at night on 80 meter CW to work the locals. That's my contribution in recent years. Anyway, see you Sunday.
Right here, 7-3 Ken. Thank you. Okay, let's go to Sacramento, guys. Let's see. Maybe you guys can call KO6KD. I think you can get him. He'll hear you, perhaps, and I'll try to find him with the blind meter reading here. Okay, I'm trying to get toward Sacramento. That's hopefully this is close. KO6KD, KJ6KFB, KJ6KFB, or KO6KD, K6MYC. Anybody? I can hear Beale Air Force Base from here. It's shutting my AGC down. There's somebody in there. QRZ Sacramento, Bozo Net. Anybody, come on in and I'll have to find you. I'm in the barn. So I have to search for signals. Over. Well, let me go a little further up and look for KO6KD and KR6MR. KR6MR, KO6KD, K6MYC, over.
Yeah, KO6KD, KO6KD, number 776. Can you copy me at all there, Mike?
Yeah, I got you now. KO6KD, K6MYC. Give me a little more chatter and I'll see if I can peek on you. I'm in the barn, so I have very poor readout accuracy here, over.
Yeah, Roger. I will give you a long transmission here. This is KO6KD, number 776, Kilo Oscar 6 Kilo Delta. 776 up here north of Roseville. I have not been able to hear from Darren tonight. I don't know about him, but I would like to, when you get me tuned in, I'd like to check John, KR6MR, and I've been in contact with him, and he had some skin cancer surgery done today. It's a very large area on the top of his head that they took some stuff out. It's quite an ugly mess, and he's not in the mood to go hiking up the hill to go to the Radio Shack. If you copied any of that off, could you check me and KR6MR number 759 in as well, over.
Yeah, I got that, but I didn't get what they're operating on. What'd they have to take out of John, over?
Yeah, off the top of his head, there's a very large scar where they're removing some skin cancer. I don't have any other details than that, but that was performed earlier today, and he's trying to get on the mend. He thinks he may be well enough to get on the radio by Sunday, over.
Oh, okay. Well, I have that done all the time, so I'm not sure what. It must have been pretty serious. What part of the body?
The top of his head. He's bald-headed, and you can see there's a very large U-shaped incision and lots of stitches. So it's a very large area that he had worked on earlier today, over.
Yeah, okay. know, most of my stuff I catch real quickly. So I haven't had anything above my hairline. I've had a lot of stuff around my forehead and stuff. But most of my stuff are very tiny surgeries, and many times it doesn't even take stitches. The only ones that I've done stitches on are with my arms. And very little. I had 1 or 2 or 5 stitches in one on my side of my face one time, but that was it. Anyway, sorry to hear that, but hopefully it'll be okay. Those things are usually pretty easy to heal up and get rid of, so that's good. All right, anyway, he's checked in, and we haven't heard from Darren. Let me take a standby. KJ6KFB. Darren, are you there? I don't hear Darren. I hear Beale Air Force Base pounding me with the AGC here. Let's see, is there anybody else? Anybody else? 432 in the Sacramento area. N6RMJ, not RMJ, RZJ, N6RZJ, KW6T, KE6ILX. Anybody in the Sacramento area points in between and beyond. K6MYC Bozo Net.
Hello, Mike. This is Kilo 6 Whiskey India Sugar.
Yeah, I got you, Paul. Good signal. Give me a little more chatter, and I'll see if I can peek on you, Paul. Go ahead.
K6NYC in the group. This is K6WIS. It's marginal propagation tonight. Coming in maybe a 4x3 with deep QSP fading. So any now.
Hello, 11111. Okay, somewhere around 200 or 300 watts now, Paul. I got the power up. I'm in the barn, but I may not be peaked on you with the antenna. I'm only running 200 or 300 watts, but I'm in the barn with 4 Yagis at 50 feet. K6 Whiskey and India Sugar. You're a strong normal signal here. K6MYC, over.
Okay, your signal improves. I think it's a little bit further north than usual, about 149 degrees. I'm also using peaking about 300 watts here too. But I've only got it's a circular polar screen with 15 anyway, pretty good right now. So I won't hold it until it dries again. K6WIS Placerville, over.
Yeah, well, you're doing fine here. I found a pretty good peak on you. Is that better now, over?
Yes, 5x5 now, 5x5, over.
Yeah, roger. Okay, anybody else to check in beside yourself, over?
Nope, I only just turned the radio on about 3 or 4 minutes ago, so I'm a late comer to tonight's net, over.
Okay, well, I'm going to go to Nevada. And I'll look back for you. Maybe you can get N1 PPP and KA6OSX in here if you want to take a look for them while I'm going toward Nevada, okay?
Yeah, okay, Mike. We'll look for the Clear Lake guys. K6WIS clear.
Okay, did you get what I said about while I'm in toward Nevada, you can try for N1 PPP? Go ahead. Did you copy that?
I copied you. I'm going to point towards Clear Lake and give a call. Over.
Roger. Got it. Thank you, Paul. Okay, anybody else, Sacramento and other parts, K6MYC, before I go to Nevada, over? Okay, nothing heard. Let's go to Nevada and see what I can do here. That should be straight up on the meter or thereabouts. Okay, there's pretty much Nevada. KD6BQ, I wonder if you're there, Richard. K6MYC, over.
KD6BQ, number 249, over.
got you now, 249. Thank you. KD6BQ, K6MYC at about 250, 300 watts. Well, maybe a little bit more. I'm getting close to 400 watts now. This amplifier is very slow to warm up, Richard. But copied your Q5, very, very marginal, but Q5, good to hear you. KD6BQ 249, K6MYC, over. I don't hear you now, Richard. Are you losing me? KD6BQ, I did not hear your response. K6MYC, over. Well, I don't know. Maybe it's the path. Who knows? All right, let's see who else. N7WT, N7 Whiskey Tango, or KE7UQL, K6MYC, over. K7UQL, N7WT, K6MYC, over. I know we're running a little bit late tonight. KE7UQL, KE7 Uniform, Quebec, London, KE7UQL, K6MYC, over. N7WT, N7 Whiskey Tango, N7WT, K6MYC, over. How about K7SUN, K7 Sugar Uniform November, K7SUN, K6MYC, over. Okay, nothing heard. I don't know whether you guys are there. We don't have propagation. I think we have propagation. I heard Richard smashing 8 watts. I should hear you guys. N7WT, last call. N7 Whiskey Tango, KE7UQL, last call. K6MYC Bozo Net, over. Okay, nothing heard. I'm going to go back to Sacramento and see if we can get Paul here. See if he got anything out of Clear Lake here. Back to K6 Whiskey India Sugar, K6WIS. Paul, I'm looking for you again, over. K6WIS, or anybody in the Sacramento area, K6MYC Bozo Net, over. Anybody hearing Paul? Up there, Frank, you should be able to hear Paul, and so should you, Rob, over.
Yeah, I heard Paul when you was talking to him a while ago, not strong, but a little bit. I hear nothing now, Mike.
Maybe he's still trying to get the Clear Lake boys. Boy, this radio sounds so much better than the one in the house. I don't know what's wrong with the one in the house, but the audio is terrible in there on receive. Everybody sounds golden here on this radio, and they get in the house and everybody sounds like I got the blanker on all the time.
I wonder if there's some setting in your Bluetooth and your Oticon setup and all that is different than that other one. Something has gotten munched there, and that's what's causing it. Because I've never noticed that radio to sound abnormal, except for when the settings were goofed up on it, as far as coming out of the speaker, Mike, over.
Oh, you haven't heard much signal coming out of the speaker, over. I haven't been there when I'm running the net. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It sometimes sounds okay out of the speaker on some louder signals, but the weak signals are much easier to copy on this receiver. I don't know why. No, the Bluetooths are 2 identical Bluetooths. I've had them interchanged back and forth. They don't make any difference. They're the same. Anyway, this one just sounds better. All I I can say. I can hear a lot better, and the signal seemed to be better. Maybe the 432 system isn't working like we expect it to up there, over.
Yeah, research is all we can do at this point.
Yeah, well, we first got to find out why I can't hear anything. Obviously, there's no connection between the antenna and the preamp. I'm just hearing you by some probably a connector that's not quite put together, but I've got capacitive coupling to you and Rob. That's it. So it's got to be a barrel or a little jumper or something that's just not getting received signal to the preamp input. I'm hearing really well from here. I heard most of the stations in the Bay Area better than I hear from the other station. The only one that was more intermittent was Jim, but that's not abnormal. He's different for me every night of the week. He's different on each band because of his location. Some nights he comes roaring in, and then there's massive QSB. Other nights there's no QSB and just flutter, and so he was the only one that didn't sound normal tonight in here. Anyway, Fred was booming in here. I could hear him beautifully, and that's good because Fred has a good signal on 432 anyway. So we did miss WB6JNN. Otherwise, we had a pretty good net here. I guess I could go back to the Bay Area for late checks. Maybe Jim would be there. Sort of toward the Bay Area, but I'm not sure. And anybody in the Bay Area copying this station for late checks and missed? K6MYC Bozo Net, Bay Area 432. And the only one we missed was Lee. I don't know if I can hear Lee. He's supposed to be in there with his 432 Quaggy tonight. Let me see if I can go a little further toward Watsonville. KB6 or AF6 United, Alpha Fox 6 United, K6MYC. Lee, are you there tonight? Well, I think I'm pointed pretty close. Hi.
Hi.
Where are you going? You want to sit down here? We're just about done. Just hang on a second. I'll walk back with you.
Oh.
Okay. I guess we're done here. I'm not hearing anybody anywhere. Anybody else for the Bozo Net before we're shut her down? Judy just walked in. We're going to bring the log up to speed here. Looks like I've got about 16, 17 check-ins or so, Rob. Judy to read the numbers to you, Rob? Lost Rob. Frank, you still copying me?
You're back up the stairs. I will say good evening, Judy. You're a little bit tardy, but we will forgive you. Thanks for doing the net, Mike, and good night. And I will, catch up with you sometime tomorrow. Of course, I'm not coming down, but we will talk at one point or another. K6MYC W6BBS.
Okay, I think the guys got the wells turned on and everything. They turned on both the upper and the lower well when they did fire everything up. Once they got the upper well checked out and running, then they flushed it for about 20 minutes, and then we hooked it up, and I was not there for the final hookup, so that I did not hear the water running into the tank, but I'm pretty sure I went through the procedure, showed them the pipe, showed them how to read the pressure when it was coming in and all that stuff with the little gauge there. So they didn't seem to have any issues with any of that, and they left without any other fault. I didn't talk to them when they left. So we're waiting to hear from Cash on his cash. Not cash, chance on his cash quote. Over.
Yeah, roger that. And just for the record, while I would have done things a little differently about the way they pulled it, and I'll explain more tomorrow, I figured out exactly what happened. But anyways, I would have done things slightly different, but the guy was careful, and he put up with me. And one of the hard things to do when you pull up in a rig like that, it's your rig, you know what you're doing, and now the homeowner is going to come tell you how to pull a pump. But I probably have a lot more experience than he does, especially with recovery stuff and whatnot. But I thought they were pretty good guys and pretty professional, and I had no reason to complain about their work, and I know the business well, and I would be the guy to complain. So anyways, good night, Mike, W6BBS.
Okay, Frank, and thanks for your oversight and help on that. They did seem to be fine, and I got the mirrors back. They weren't able to see. They could see down about 35 feet, but they did see some roots. But they got by the roots on the way down, and it looks like it won't be a problem anymore unless we ever try to pull it up again. Over.
Yeah, roger that. And, you know, what I've done in the past when I had a rig there, I would take like a piece of 2-inch, the biggest piece of pipe I had on the truck, steel, and I would drop it down there, and I just keep going up and down right in that area with the end of the pipe and pushing it up against the side and work it around. I just kind of cut all that stuff off. You was never going to trap it or keep it or anything, but at least trim it back so that it wasn't plugging things up too much. But no, looking at the shroud and the way everything was, the sharp edges on that, there was no problem coming up the top, so I don't think there's any worries in the near future.
Yeah, the only thing I didn't check was that they cleaned the shroud and all the slots. I don't know if they did that, but I would assume they would have done that, wouldn't they?
I wouldn't have. There's really no point in it. You know, every shroud I ever built, there was never slots in it. It draws the water from the bottom. That's what you want. Water's coming up from the bottom. It's running past the motor all the time, so it's cooling the motor and then pumped. And it usually, when they're long like that, you don't have enough suction in there to pick the sand all the way up in that shroud and get it into the pump. And so when you shut it off, anything that is in it settles back out. So those louvers on the outside are going to do absolutely nothing with the bottom cut off of it, Mike.
I thought so, but I just thought they would have cleaned it. Maybe they did. I don't know. Okay. Very good. Everything seems to be okay. We'll know more in the morning once we check the tank volume and stuff. I think it should be all up and going. They pumped and pumped and pumped with full pressure. That pump was putting out a pretty good 2.5, 3-inch stream of water bubbling out the top of the well when they were flushing it. It was going up about 6 inches at about 2 inches or 3 inches in diameter. So a lot of water coming out, and they didn't pull it down to a point where it stopped pumping. So I think we're okay.
Well, this just means that after we check things out for the next few days, you're going to be able to tell me, see, I told you this was the better well, because the whole time I've been working on it, this has not been the better producer, but we now know why. The pump couldn't get any water, and that's why we thought the well was no good. So I think this is going to be a nice, pleasant thing in the end, other than the price tag. I think it is turning out better news than we expected. All right, good night, Mike. You better deal with Rob and Judy, and you need to get her out of there. You told her to hold on. You'd walk her in, make her sit out there in the barn all night like she's one of the cats or something. Good night, guys. W6BBS.
W6BBS, KM6SRR.
Good night, all. Have a good week.
Go ahead, Rob.
Okay, Frank. Hey, I was wondering, are you going to be around tomorrow at all?
Are you wanting to come up here?
Yeah, I got tomorrow off, and you're usually stuck with your septic tank guy, so I didn't know if you're going to be there. Over.
Right, but I've got other stuff going on. I'm going to be working for the neighbor down the hill, and so I'll be keeping an eye. I'll be able to see my driveway and all that. But no, I'm not going to be around, and I haven't done anything. I just haven't got to it yet, Rob. I will.
Okay, QSL. He keeps asking me, so I'm trying to just do my due diligence. I'm the messenger guy. I took an amp up to Mike today, too. So, anyways, have a good one, Frank. W6BBS, KM6SRR, 73.
You tell me, hey, can we get that thing? We're going to put it up this weekend, and then I'll be moving on it. But until that point, it's on my list, but I just haven't got it done yet.
Okay, roger.
good night, guys. Thanks for bringing the amp up, Rob, and I'm sure we'll hear from Marcus once he looks up. And I don't think I charged him more than $1,500 for it, but I honestly don't remember. Anyway, if he wants $3,000 for it, he can keep it.
Roger, yeah, he was just guessing. He was asking me to ask Frank, but I don't know if Frank remembers how much it was, because I guess Frank worked with him on getting it over.
Well, I thought I gave him a real sweetheart deal on it.
Yeah, we'd have to look. I want to say it was one of two numbers. I want to say that it was mentioned that it should be $1,200 and that you sold it for about $800. I thought you gave him a good deal too, but I don't remember the exact amount for sure.
I don't either. I paid. Of course, I got a deal on it. They bought it right from the guy that manufactures it when I was at Dayton one year, so I got it for about $2. And I used it for about a year, but it's in good shape. And but of course they gradually lose their value. But I didn't. I was trying to get Marcus to get on the air and gave him a good deal on it. I wasn't trying to make money on it. All right, we'll see. Whatever. See you guys. Perhaps over the weekend and whatever. Talk to you maybe Saturday, Frank, after you get freed up from your jobs there. You may want to come down Saturday and look over the whole thing and see if we can start straightening out that wire and stuff. That's number 6 gauge wire all the way down the well. So we got 4 strand or 3 strands of number 6 all in that one nice package. That's that wire that's like the flat stuff that we've got going to the other towers. So that's beautiful stuff, but it's 6 gauge, not 8. So it's even better than what we have on the ground now. All right, good night all. K6 MYC, taking Judy and going in there where it's cooler.
Okay, Mike, do you want to give me the numbers on 2 meters or another band in the shack in the house, over?
No, we can read them right now. I can turn the fan on for Judy.
No, that's fine.
You're okay. She's okay. So she could read the numbers if she can read them. I'll let her read the first 5, and if she stumbles on a number, I know what it would. Huh?
The pen was running out here, so. Hi, Rob. First 5, 72, 806, 727.
806, it's 800.
Okay, scratch 806, it's 800. 727, 195, 107, 711, 432.
Yeah, stop. Stop and let him check.
I doubled it in the beginning. I need you to start over. I started picking it up at 107. So can you read the ones before that, over?
Absolutely for you. First one, 72, 800, 727, 195, and then the 107. Stop.
Okay, got those. Go ahead.
711, 432, 1129, 1296, 1179.
1079, 1079, 1079. That's Aaron.
Aaron. Okay, I have
Aaron's
one.
wife.
Okay, I have 1079 and then 1100. Stop.
Okay, got him. Go ahead.
1046. 507.
1046 isn't right.
1646.
No. Let go of the mic.
That should be 1040 Adam, I believe, isn't it?
Yeah.
That could be.
Yeah, 104, 1040, yeah, 1040, 10.
Then 507.
Yeah, 507, keep going.
775. I can't read.
I may have had them from that point on, but go ahead and read me what you can, and I'll fill in the blanks. Over.
720?
No. Yeah, 249 was Richard. That's about the last one, except for me, and that's it.
Okay, N6RO was in there too. I think 835.
Yeah, 835 should have been in there. Yes.
Okay, I tried looking at the stream and it's not going or something, so I don't know whether Aaron was able to turn it on out there or not, or if some of it was on in the beginning, but anyway, I'll just go with what you told me over the air here, KM6SRR.
Okay, well, we did get 759, 759 should be in there.
Okay, is that KR6MR?
Yeah, that's KR6MR. He wasn't there. He had an operation on his head today, and he didn't feel like going in, but Bill checked him in. 776 checked him in. Over.
Okay. I don't have 776 on here. I do on my list downstairs, though. I got 775 on here, so I'll add 776.
Roger. And I did not hear from Paul, K6WIS 637. You should have Paul in there also.
Yeah, he was on earlier, I think, so I should have him, yeah.
Okay, the problem was Judy can't read it, and my pen was running out, and I can't tell when the pen is writing and when it isn't.
Yep, roger on that.
So we got about 20.
Okay, I'll put it together. We'll make do with what we got here. Thank you, KM6SR.
Yeah, well, I'll take it in the house so we can go over it tomorrow if you want to. If you're more than 2 off from what I got, then give me a call. We'll sort it out from the house. Okay.
Okay, I didn't write down the number you had. What was it again? Over.
21, including you.
Yeah, counting me and you, it's 21 is what she's counting now.
Okay, I'll check it out. Thank you. Thanks, Judy.
Hey.
Yeah. Go ahead, Rob. Frank.
To Rob, I just got a text message from Aaron, and he said that when you're using the amp, that your audio is choppy. Now, I'm not hearing anything wrong, so it sounds fine to me, and I want you to confirm that, Rob. Does Mike sound normal? I don't hear any problem with his amp or any choppiness or anything. Do you, sir?
I did a little bit in the beginning, but he sounds pretty good now, I think. Go ahead and do some talking there, Mike. I know it'll be hard for you, but go ahead. Over.
Oh, no, let me just key the amp, because the amp is keying something, and I don't know what it is, even when I just hold it. Listen now. I'm just going to key the mic and listen. I don't know what that is, Frank, so we'll have to sort that one out.
Yeah, I'm hearing that. It's a click, click.
We may have RF getting it something, but do you have more than one button on that box pushed?
I don't know.
It could be that you're trying to key multiple things if you push too many buttons, but we'll look at it when I get there, Mike.
I think only button that seems to be lower than the others is number 4.
Okay, then we just got to go in and look at it and figure it out. But in the meantime, talk a little bit and let Rob just listen to your audio and see if it sounds normal or if he can hear a problem.
KM6SRR. Well, it doesn't click when I'm talking. See, it doesn't click when I'm talking. It only clicks when I quit talking. So it seems to be Vox-oriented. Maybe I've got the Vox on the radio on. Where's the Vox button?
Well, no, Mike, if you did, you would be keying it all the time. Like when you and Judy are talking in between while logging and stuff, and we never hear any of that. When you let the mic button go, you're gone. So it isn't Vox.
It just it sounds like it's like micro stuttering. It's really interesting. It's not as clean as the audio in the shack.
Well, it's probably this clicking. I'm sure that's something to do with it, but I don't know what relay is clicking back there. I can't tell you. I don't think I have a relay on the back of the amplifier, but on the external side, but I might.
Yeah, I can't remember, Mike. I'll have to just get down there and get my eyes on it. But my eyes and ears, I'll be able to find it quick. That sounds loud enough, probably could find it by feel. But don't go poking around back there too much and unplug something. But we'll get it figured out Saturday morning. Over.
Roger. See you later. K6MYC. Thanks, Aaron.
Yep, no problem. And we'll be around on Sunday. K6USY.
Roger. 7-3.
Good night, all. KM6SR going QRT.